Now, I have a lady with me. If I could come to this lady just here. Could I come to you, please? Yes?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, good. Now, she's a very small lady, and it feels like it's a grandmother, and she has got very sort of grey, it's almost white grey hair, and it's sort of short. She's short. She's very elegant in the sense that she's just really nicely dressed, put together, takes a lot of care in her appearance. She showed me, like, with one of those jumpers, but it's that really fine knitted, it's not like a wool knitted, and it's sort of got little short sleeves, and she's got a skirt on. She's just a really, very much archetypally grandmother type of energy. Can you understand this lady? Yes? Thank you. She told me you were a tomboy.
Yeah, right. That's right.
I can't help but say you are there. Well, from one tomboy to another, I say hello because I was also a tomboy. I used to climb trees, and she's saying you were very good at all of this sort of stuff, okay? But she's also said to me that you were very much the leader, and you would take those others and lead them astray.
Never.
Yes? Okay. But she says she's not telling tales, she's just telling it like it is, okay? Now, when she says she's around you, it's one thing she's making very clear to me. Probably what she really wants you to know tonight is there's something that you have wanted that you felt you could not get or achieve. Can you understand this? It's personal, and it's in your personal life, and it's like the one thing that you really wanted, you have not been able to really reach out and grab that. Can you understand this? She's telling me it is in your personal life. This is not necessarily to do with work, finances, or any of that kind of thing. This is to do with personal relationships, friendships. This is to do with that kind of vibration. That's what she's saying. It's like there's someone who's very special to you and that you haven't quite managed to reach out and bring that into your life. Can you understand what she's talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you. She doesn't want to say too much. We are in public, and we're not going to tell tales out of school. She says, but she wants you to know enough to know that sometimes it's enough to know what we want, and then to be able to release it out to the universe and allow it to come back in the way it's meant to. That's the key. Just because you keep reaching out for it doesn't mean you're going to be able to bring it into your life. It's about trust and faith, and she's asking you to have faith in the process, but most of all, believe in yourself. Can you understand this?
Yep.
Thank you. She is with you. I think this lady would have loved a cup of tea, like to sit down, have a cuppa, and do that kind of thing. And she's encouraging you to get the girls together, to sit down, and she hopes it's a cup of tea, but she thinks it might be a little bit more adventurous. But she'll still be there, she'll have her tea, and you can put whatever you like with your tea, because you're that type that will do exactly what you need to do anyway. Can you understand this with this lady?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I have to leave her with you, but she's with you in this, she's saying faith. It's faith, right? Have the faith, let it go, and allow it. That's the key, it's allowing, okay? And I'll leave that with you if I may. Thank you. I know it's kind of like I'm trying to work through who hasn't had a reading. Who hasn't had a reading? Hands up. Okay, good. I'm immediately drawn to you. Can I come to you, please? Thank you. Okay, so I have a gentleman who smoked, because that's the first thing I got. It was a male energy. He comes forward, and I do believe he may have even smoked a pipe. Okay? That was the first thing I got, because I got this very heavy scent of pipe smoke. So it's not like cigarette smoke, it's like pipe smoke. That's phenomenal. Can you understand a gentleman in spirit who would have passed and he used to smoke a pipe? Can you understand that? I feel like I want to come to father's side of the family, okay, to help you with that, to place that. And I also feel that this gentleman would have been very much a taller gentleman, okay, but he would have been thin, all right, well built. He was a very gentle man. Not necessarily a gentleman, but he was a gentle man. That's what he's telling me to tell you, okay? He's also telling me that He was also quite military styled, because I feel like there's something around the military coming in around this. Can you understand that? Very military in his movements, in his way, in his mannerisms, regimented, and he didn't sort of bend very easily. Can you understand this, gentleman? Thank you very much. You are so not like him. You are so the opposite of this gentleman. It's not funny, he says. You are soft and you're gentle and you bend to everyone. And you want to please everyone, whereas he didn't care if he pleased anyone, except himself. Yes. And he's acknowledging that in you. And he says it's a very selfless energy that you're bringing, okay? And a lot of people benefit from that selfless energy because he feels that he may have been a little bit selfish.
A little bit?
Yeah? Okay. Well, he's been kind. To himself anyway. So this is the energy that he's bringing in, but he's actually, it says now, all joking aside, he's really pleased with the way that you have been running your life. And he acknowledges that you do bend and you do try to help other people. And that is your calling. That's your gift of charism. You're very, I don't know if you do nursing, but you really do have that energy about you. You can understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, that was your calling, that wasn't his calling, and it was never going to be his calling, okay? And he's all right with that, and he's hoping that one day you'll be all right with that, okay? Can I leave him with you? Thank you, God bless. Okay. Who else hasn't had a reading? Oh, there's a few of you, see? Alright, so now I have to ask Spirit, I'm coming to the lady with the purple, just at the end here. Can I come to you, please? Thank you very much. Do you understand, immediately when I came to you, I just heard the name of Linda. Can you understand a Linda, perhaps in your life or in the spirit realm? Can you understand that name? Okay, hold it, okay? That was the very first thing that came in to my energy as I make this connection with you. Okay, I feel like I have a motherly presence building up around me, okay? So this is a motherly type of energy. This energy is very nurturing and very kind, and it's a very it's an energy that would nurture and love all the children in the family. So that's the energy that's coming in. I'm not saying it's your mother, okay? I'm just saying that this is a very motherly energy. So it's a lady who's stepping forward. She feels to me she's about 5'2", that sort of height, so she's quite short. She's also not a very big lady, okay? Now, you know, I feel like she sort of stooped a little bit when she got older. Like, you know how that you sort of get that bit of a shoulder thing happening, where, you know, like maybe osteoarthritis or that kind of feeling coming in? Can you place a lady in the spirit realm who would have had this description, please? Okay. I'm asking her, and she's placing herself, it is in the mother side of the family. Okay, so it's mother side of the family. Can you understand this lady? Okay, more information. Okay, she told me that she had a heart condition. So there was a condition coming in around the chest and around the heart area. Okay, I don't know if that's what took her to spirit, but she certainly had some conditions around the heart. She's also telling me about allergies. Now, can I ask, do you understand allergies around you or with someone who's very close to you? Because I feel like I've got the nose, I feel like I've got things running. Can you understand this? No? It's not making any hits? No connections at all. So I'm going to ask you.
Sorry, Carol. My friend is Linda. I had coffee with her today, and you were describing my mum, and I'm a walking allergy.
All right, I'm sorry. Okay, good. Okay. Well,
Sorry.
your mum's here, obviously, and she really wants
She
to
does
get...
still have inches in height with the osteoporosis.
Okay, so I have to say I'll be back. I'll do my best to get back to you, but I have to come here where Spirit is. And if there is a reason and Spirit, like wanting to talk and they need to do that, they will do this, okay? It's about who needs to come through and what they need to say. So I'll just go with what I'm being given, okay? So as she steps forward, she's talking about the allergies that she actually wanted to bring my attention
And she
to.
had a heart condition.
She did have a heart condition, okay. Well, it was the allergies that she wanted to come through to speak to you about, okay? Because as I was sitting there and she came in earlier before I stood up, I could actually see the nose and I could see it dripping and I could see this like redness and this swelling and all of this sort of stuff going on, okay? And I wanted to say that she's almost called you Bubble Woman. Alright?
She should be the bubble.
Yeah. Because you really need, it is really about
I can't
sanitising.
eat anything, I can't drink anything here.
So she wants to almost sanitize your energy, okay? And that's really, she's just, I really do believe she's just acknowledging, okay, that that's what's going on for you and it's real. And although I do feel like someone has been saying to you, are you sure, you know, you're not just kind of creating this? And it's almost like questioning you and it's like you're having to stand your ground, and that's what she's bringing through. It is actually real, it is actually happening, and you have to acknowledge that and don't let anyone tell you it's all in your imagination. There is no, honestly, there's no answers to this. There's no answers to this. It's about your sensitivity and it's about what you have to go through. And that is the way it's going to go, that's the way it's going to be while you're on this earth. It's also about tolerance, and thank you, she's actually saying, it's, you can't tolerate a lot of the environment around you, and it's like, she's asking you to look at your tolerance to others in your life as well, she said, because this lesson contractual lesson is learning tolerance, right? Go back to your childhood and go back to that word and look into what that word's about, toleration and tolerating, and actually that's that kind of feeling that comes in with this.
How much pain can I tolerate?
Well, I'll leave that one with you, okay, because we are in a public format. We could go on about this, but we won't. But what I'll say to you is she is aware of it and she's acknowledging it's real. Own it, because it is real. Don't let anyone tell you it's not, okay? Can I leave her with you? Thank you very much and God bless. Okay, I'm going to ask now if I can come back to you, please. And I'm going to ask you for your name.
Nicole.
Nicole, okay, because I want to hear your name, I want to get the vibration, I want to get it moving, okay? Nicole. Okay. Nicole, with you, I'm actually tuning in and I'm asking Spirit to step forward, and I get a very disappointed energy coming in around you. Very much like there's someone in the spirit realm who was actually quite disappointed and quite sad that they moved into spirit and how they moved into spirit, okay? So it was like there was this sadness that came up with their passing. And I do feel that this passing was very much, it was perhaps a bit drawn out. It didn't happen quickly. So there was like an illness that came in and it just sort of took its toll and the person moved into the spirit realm. I feel like I've got a really, really, really older lady, right? Very, very frail, and it took her a long time to move into spirit. I want to sort of come to like it's like a grandmother, it's like a great-grandmother type of feeling. And as she comes into the spirit realm, it's like she would have gone into like a nursing home or she would have been in care, because she shows me she's lying on a bed and she's just kind of, you know, that withering away where it's just that long, slow, drawn out and getting frailer and frailer. Very white, grey hair, very thin face, very much, very weak in her body structure. Does this place to you?
In part,
Okay.
but no.
No? Okay, that's fine. This is who's stepping forward, and she's very drawn. The passing was drawn out. It didn't just happen. She sort of ebbed away, and it became very much, very weak and very much, and then she sort of just passed away. And she was quite disappointed. There was like that's the feeling that she comes in with, that there was this disappointment in her life. She felt there was disappointments in her life. She felt that she had had quite a hard life in the early part, and there was that energy and acknowledging that she had had this life that had been very challenging for her. And that's what she wants to bring in, that she did go through a lot, but it's like you've done very well with what you've done in your life, even although you've had some really hard things to go through and some real disappointments in your life. Can you understand that? Right? So this is what she's bringing in, and whereas she perhaps allowed that to get on top of her and she lost her faith, she lost her way, she lost a lot of her spirit and who she was, you actually went the opposite. And she just wants to acknowledge that you reached out and you overcome and you actually stepped forward and you made a different decision to what she did. Can you understand that about yourself, that as you face these challenges, and she's bringing this to you? Can you understand this? Okay. Not making any connections to you, so I'm going to say that this is what she's given me, this is what I will give to you, okay? She's acknowledging that you are not going to allow that to really, cause, you didn't let that stop you in your life and you overcome those things that you had to go through, okay? And that she's acknowledging that she didn't have that same essence and spirit. That's really what she wanted to come forward to say, okay? So I'll leave her with you, and I hope that you can.
Trying to find out who she is.
Okay, okay, I'll leave her with you, thank you. How are we going for time, Tanya?
A small one.
Pardon?
A small one.
Small little one, okay. Did you hear that? Just a small little one. Okay. 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 Have you got a reading?
No.
No, you?
I have.
You
yes.
have? Okay.
Yeah.
You? Right, we'll go to you. Okay, small little one. The first thing I get with you is a rose. There's a rose that's significant to you. Can you understand this? Is there like a rose bush and you've got like a rose and it's very significant to you? It's almost like it's in the memory of someone that was planted for someone?
Yes.
Thank you. Because that's the first thing I got. And I feel like this rose that was planted in memory is actually the person who's coming through to make their presence known, and they're giving you the rose, right? And that's how you would recognise them. Yes? Thank you. And roses, she's going back into like a childhood memory. It's like a childhood memory of getting the rose petals, putting them in water in like a jar and making perfume. Can you understand that? No? Well, I feel like she's bringing this as a memory, okay? Have a think about it, because I feel like that this jar of perfume is being presented to you, and it was almost like when you were a child, you would perhaps put the flowers together, make up some perfumes or make up some water with it and pretend it was perfumes, dress ups, that sort of thing. Can you understand that?
I don't recall.
You don't recall? Okay, well, I feel like this is what's being brought before you. And I want to just say that there's a reason she's saying this to you, because it's about, it doesn't have to be expensive to be really important and really valuable, right? And sometimes the things that we don't see the value, we don't think it's valuable, they are what is really valuable, and it's not what you can hold on to. And there has to be something going on with you that you have to reach inside. That's what's not being shown. It's like not being shown. That's what the value is in this situation for you. Can you understand this?
Not quite.
Relationships. I want to go into a relationship. It's like there's a friendship that's around you. And I feel like it's a friendship that's been around you for a long time. And there's this sense of this value, and it's not what you can see, it's what you can't see. It's like there's that bond, and I feel like this person's bringing that in recognition for you. Can you understand that? Thank you very much. Okay, and it's just really about that. It's about the things that you can't buy, that you can't see, that you can't. That's what the value is, and you've learned that. And you value those relationships. Rather than it being unconscious, you actually are physically there and you really value them and hold them dear. And that's being acknowledged, that you got it. You've got the importance, you've got the reasons, you've got it, you understand it. And thank you for that. Can I leave that with you?
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless. Thank you.